For this portrait painting, using included materials ink, I'm going to use the Paul Rubens hot press watercolor paper. I'm going to use ink first before I apply watercolor wash. And I'm using the black ink, and I'm using this calligraphy brush. And regularly, for Chinese people, you use this for calligraphy. Okay, I'm going to show you how to draw with ink without pencil drawing. So first I'm going to use a little bit more water to dilute it, make it a little bit lighter. So again, I'm going to see where I'm going to put the main object. It's about here. How top at over here. What's the top of the head? So I'm going to put it right over here. A little bit come in a little bit, and the top over here. Only one step at a time. So where's the top? Make sure you get that, and then now you're going to divide it. And where's the arm, the hand? I'm going to move it a little bit lower, probably around here. And now, if I know the bottom, where the arm is, and I'm gonna from here to the face, approximately can divide it into 3. So you see that? It's make it easy. And you put your hand or put your finger over here. Now this is the face, the bottom of the face, about 1/3. And the clothing over here is still doing proportion. Start from there, and if the face right in this location, approximately that's the hairline coming down here, and then that will be right, and the neck would be here. Like this. And one problem at a time to solve, so you won't feel overwhelming. Just stick with one issues at a time. And now I'm looking at the edge of the hair on this side, like that. That's easy. On the other side, I will define that later, because there's quite a bit of backlight. I will take care of the ink first, the ink drawing, and the shoulder. Take a look at the shoulder over here, connect with the chin. And it's a little bit lower over here, like right over here. Here you go, like this. And now elbow would be here. Also connect with the face. Where's the angle? It's about come out a little bit right over here. That will be right. And if you're not quite comfortable doing ink for portrait, and you maybe should take this as a challenge. And that's, what's the hand? The hand, compare with the center line, the hand is right about here, like this. And also this is 1 head of space, and this is 1 1/3 of a head. Take a look at that on this side. Keep looking for this point. The other hand on here, like that. It's just very light. If you make a mistake, you can ignore it, like this. Good, pretty good. Light enough, you won't feel worry. And here you go. Now coming down here. This approach very much similar to the traditional Chinese painting. And we're gonna do all the black line first. And now coming down here. And here you go. I maybe let go of, there's a little shape a little bit too much. So I'm going to come down directly over here like this. And let's see. Divide that. Let me see. Right here. Coming down. Now the location is all already there. We already find it. Now the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna come in to do the real ink drawing. Now the head over here, let me see. From the forehead, this is the hairline. I can actually perfectly divide it into three. The forehead a little bit more, actually. A little bit more. I can put my finger right over here. So this would be the eyebrows. And this would be the nose. The bottom of the nose, right over here. Do a little soft, a little lighter line first. Eye is about 1/3 from the eyebrows to the nose. Here you go. So I know this eye about here, and then between the two eyes, it has one eye space. It's very much the same width as the nose. The nose is a little bit, the nose is a little bit smaller, and this is very early morning, so my throat still feel a little bit sleepy. Okay, the eye will be here. And then the eyebrows will be here. Just mark the location first and come back to do the confirmations a little bit later, right over here. And then the mouth, mark the location the same way that I would draw with charcoal or paint with watercolor directly. If you feel a little bit afraid of proportion, you should not skip that study. Directly go into the folder in Enjoying Art, the Portrait Basics, and then learn it, and should be easy. Okay. Many members, they learn it in a couple weeks for portrait. This is not a problem. Okay. Now I'm going to start doing the darker painting. I'm going to start doing the ink drawing. I'm going to make it a little thicker, darker. Okay. Now I'm going to start from the eyebrows. Think about where start and where's end, and on over here. Press the brush down and move it and lift up. And take a look at the eye over here like this. And where's the inside corner is right over there. I'm gonna put it over here. And then the iris. Okay. Now lift the white. The same thing you would do watercolor. Okay, and now on this side. Look, observe, analyze it, and then put it on the paper. Okay, leave some eye white and leave the highlight. Okay, that's good. And the lower eyelid, a little bit lower eyelid, like that. Now looking at the nose. The nose right over here. It looks like just one line at the bottom. We can come back to make some changes. Look at the mouth. Push it down with the brush, come up and push it down again, and again, up and down like this. And the lower lip of the mouth. That's good. This is how you would summarize it, just with the line. Now I'm going to make my brush a little bit drier, like this. Now on the bottom over here. And just look and paint. Now I'm going to use the press down the brush, and I'm going to use almost like a dry brush. And the neck coming down over here. And on this side. Looking at the motion, and should come in a little bit like this. Here you go. Okay. Leave the white area. You don't want to cover the light space. Like this. This is called dry brush technique. Similar drawing and painting on Chinese rice paper. Coming over here too. This is only about middle tone of the black. We can use the darker ink to do some deeper rendering, like this. You don't need to make it solid. Try to see the line and how the line would suggest even those very textural dry line. Okay. Coming down over here, let's see. Be confident. Just render and the side and the top I don't need because I'm gonna use the value contrast to create that. A couple months ago our member challenge focused on the quality of a line, so now I'm showing you how to use the line. Some line need to be tighter, some line need to be relaxed. You go. Press it down a little bit and then move it. If you can use the brush very economically, And you can use the same mindset and technique onto other medium. And look at the anatomy coming down over here and the arm connected. You don't have to have all the line solid and connected. Okay, now on this side. That. And a little dry brush for the inside. Like that. Maybe a little bit suggestion over there. Okay, now we're working on the hand. Looking for the outside line first. Focus on that. Good. Now the finger. Turn a little bit. Now it's good. I'm gonna mark a little bit the finger on this side. And now, how wide is the hand? Just focus on the shape of the whole hand. Start over here. And there's a finger right over here. Press this down and like this. That's good. And I can leave some place for watercolor to render. There you go. And now another hand. Like this. Somewhere a little bit thinner, somewhere a little bit thicker. Here you go. That's good. The hand's there. And now I'm going to use the side brush, render a little texture. I'm going to make it a little drier. Alright, here you go. Like this. Create the texture. If you haven't tried this way, go to the art store, order waterproof ink and try it. It was fun. And then coming down over here, some of the line make it feel a little bit uncertain. That's perfect. You don't want every line look certain. Coming over here. Here you go. Like that. That's good. And some line need to be thicker. Okay. Keep it a little relaxing. You don't need all the line to be so deep, so dark, and so confirmed. Maybe some, it just keep it a little bit loose and leave the room for the audience to interpret with their own story. Okay, like that. Okay, now face, the body is almost there, and I think this can come up a little bit over here. I'm going to use a little darker line to reconfirm that this line come down a little bit the corner. That's good. I'm going to do a little bit of the hair. the motion of the line. Make the brush a little bit dry, so come back here to render. Yeah, also when you draw your brush, twist your brush, the hair, and it could come up with some easy, relaxing brush stroke. Okay, here. And come in a little bit on the face. Create enough texture when you do the wash, the texture is still gonna remain. Like that. So the necklace, I'm gonna draw the necklace right here. And I'm going to make the brush really dry, just do a little suggestions for the texture like this inside the clothing. I may not want to do it, but you don't have to. Oh, that's good. Now a little bit more render for the clothing. That's good. Maybe get some over here. Just use the side of the brush to suggest the materials. Almost at this step, you almost like, I don't really need colors. The line is still strong enough to suggest other thing. Now come into the face. Let me see what I can render a little more. Take a look at the eye, and this, the dark color, come in a little bit more. There you go. Catch the shadow. Look at this eye. The top over here can be a little bit more. The corner can be lift up a little bit. When you do it with ink, and you can change it, and you put the ink in, you're almost done. So you have to start from lighter and going a little darker. Okay, the corner over here. Use the suggestions. And this side can make a little bit bigger at the upper side. That's good. A little good suggestions. And the nose over here. That's the shape. And take a look at the mouth. That's a good suggestion. Draw one more line over here, so make it have look more dimension. That's good. Now take a look at the chin. That's good. I'm going to make this a little bit darker. Have this a little bit darker, like that. And also a little deeper, a little darker. Like that's good. A little darker, some a little bit more certain. Give some emphasis. Okay, that's good. Enough suggestion for the hair. I'm gonna make this even darker. Right over here. Make the line a bit darker. Okay, we're gonna go into color very soon. And now I want to have a little dry brush, make it a little dry on this side. Cut a little texture. And over here, a little shadow. Use the texture can convey the shadow too, like over here, a little bit shadow coming, also showing the material. Okay. Now I'm going to give the suggestions for the outside over here, for the plant. Just some suggestions, just the ink. Like that. On this side, some foreground. It's going to serve as some little clear objects at the front, and the background is a little bit softer, and that way we create the suggestions of spaces, distance, perspective. Let's render with the dry brush. A little bit more. Maybe coming up a little bit right over here. A little bit, just the dry brush. And around the arm over here, I'm gonna also render a little bit darker. Give some contrast. Okay, that's good. Now, mostly all the line drawing is already dry, so those would be stable. Just think what you can do just with the ink. Now that's good. Now I'm going to change this to watercolor. I already have the blue color over here, so I'm going to have some red and yellow color. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use the limited color palette. And let's see. I'm gonna start with the face. So I'm gonna, looks like this the colors very much what I want, and get that little yellow, add a little bit red. This will be the color I want. And the top have a little bit more blue, so add a little bit blue color. Already see that around over here. So what I want to do here, I'm going to start from the top on the forehead, because the ink's already dry in this area, so you can just, and now I'm gonna make the shadow side of the nose, and take a look over here, and it should be look a little bit deeper, and a little bit darker color around here, look a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna make that color a little bit deeper, or you can come back in the next round. Okay, now on the cheek, a little bit more red. Take a little red color here. And now what I want to do, I'm going to soften a little bit. The brush I'm using is also from Paul Rubin. It's a squirrel hair brush. It's very good, very soft. And now just use the water to blend it. Take a look at the nose over here, and the inside, in the middle over here is half a little bit lighter. Let me lift up a little bit over here, like that, a little bit softer. And I'm gonna get a little bit red colors around the nose here. Like that. Now coming to the other side, look at the cheek, a little bit warmer. And so I use this brush, the tip facing to the outside. So I have a little bit more color on the outside, but the inside have a little bit less color, like that. And also the top over here, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, almost in the shadow. I'm gonna mix a little bit darker color right over here, this darker. Here you go. And also on this side, and I'm going to add a little darker color around here. That's good. Now on the forehead, it has a little bit more red, so I'm gonna come over here. This is the cast shadow, like that. You almost can leave it like this if you want. Okay. Now soften a little bit the outside, and soften a little bit in the inside over here. And if you want at this point, you can lift up a little color. Hot brush paper is not as easy as the cold brush when you lift. It's just almost easier to sink into the paper. Now I'm gonna coming down to the face again. I'm gonna use a little bit water to soften. Here you go, coming down this way, try to make the face a little bit smoother. Okay, that's good. Now coming on this side, change the color a little bit more brown, and here you go. And under the chin, have a little bit transition to the tone. Now I want to do, add a little bit this, a little bit this, like a fresh tone colors, and I'm going to connect that here, also connecting from here. And for the lip, I'm going to add a little red color, like that. That's easy. And a little bit on the about the mouth, I'm gonna add a little bit brown color over here too, and showing the soft shadow on this side. Make a little bit deeper. little bit deeper over here. Good. And I'm gonna have a little darker color, a little bit more red, and close to the here, the shadow. Okay, and we're almost done the face. Okay, and then coming to the neck, almost the same color, coming down like this. So that's good. Give it a little color. That's good. A little bit more color, like that. A little color over here. And inside, under the eye over here. Here you go. Give a little big shadow. And that's good. Now I come to the hand down over here, almost the same color, and use the side of the brush just to let it blend. Okay, like this. Put the color in here, and down over here could be a little darker, but I've come back a little bit. So, and now what I want to do, I'm going to come back here, soften a little bit the edge. A little bit softer the edge over here. A little bit better, and come back with a little bit red color from the lower eyelid and coming down a little bit consistent. Render a little color for the lower eyelid. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna mix a little bit more brown color. I have the yellow over here and the blue and the red. That's good, perfect. I'm gonna take this color and make this transition a little bit quicker and a little bit darker underneath. So that's good. Now I'm gonna take this same color and mix a little bit more and have a little brighter orange color. Now I'm gonna walk into the hair. Just shade it right over here, and this side even have a little bit more just red color. You see that? Have a little red color, really bright. And here you go, like this. And the outside. That's good. The watercolor that I use, they are translucent colors, so it's not blocking all the ink, and this is good. Okay, right over here, I have to a little bit brighter, and just keep it like that. Keep it a little rough, and that's okay. That's for the hair. I'm going to add some really dark color by mixing the blue with the red together, so make a very dark, very deep color and put in here. Okay. Now I'm going to keep going. Looks like the hand here is almost dry. So we can come back here, give it a little bit darker, like a brownish color, but a little warm right over here. Because this side relatively in the shadow, so it have a little bit darker. That actually looks fine, economic. Now I'm gonna put the color onto this piece of clothes, and it looks like a little bit purplish. So I'm gonna mix the red with the red shade blue color. Here you go. Maybe a little bit too bright. I'm gonna add the present blue. Okay, this is good. Leave the top over here, have a little bit light like that. That's fine. That's good. And here too, like that, a little bit on the outside over here. Now the inside here, I'm gonna mix a little much darker, the present blue with the red color. I'm gonna make it really dark, coming to the inside. Like that. Now I change it a little bit gray color. Take this color, looks very much what I want. Okay, just for the shadow. Now to catch the shadow coming over here, like that. Looks good. And the inside over here, it actually have the same color as that. It's, you know, it's very easy to mix that color. Just the blue color and the red color. So here you go. Take a look. And maybe a little bit red. You go. That's connected and the color up there. It take a little light gray color also filled in over here. If the color merge together, that's fine. And under here, I'm gonna make that a little bit darker right over here, like this. And that's good. Now, the big part is already done. So what I want now, I am going to working into the outside, the background. I'm going to use this 1-inch flat brush. I'm going to mix a very dark color, a very soft for the outside. Okay, lots of blue color, and take the red, a little bit more red. Here you go. Darker. The more blue color, more red. Here you go. Now also gonna have quite a bit of water to render. Take a little water in here. Now start inside from the top. Okay, that's good. From the top. Quickly. And then on the outside over here, look at it here, leave a little light, and the outside like this is good. And the same thing on this side. I'm gonna open up the brush here a little bit like this. So I'm gonna leave the outside So I have some backlight feeling. Just use the tip like this. That's fine. Come back like this. Doesn't have to be look exactly the same. Now come back over here. More blue, more water. The whole background need to look very wet. And now turn into a little bit more greenish color. Add a little yellow into it. Here you go, like this. Let it come into wet. Still need some darker color. Still need some very dark color. Okay, get a lot more blue, some red. That's good. I'm also going to put this a little bit darker over here, like this, in this area. There you go. And I'm gonna continue coming down. Get a little bit of yellow color now. The wash plus the ink drawing, it would describe what is going on outside and what color and what objects may be on the outside. Like that. A little bit yellow, a little bit blue. There you go. Now I have a little bit suggestions of, and the edge over here I'm going to make it darker right here. And let the texture and the value suggest and connect with the audience like this. That's good. I'm going to have a little bit darker around the edge over here too, like this. Okay. Come in a little bit more. In here, inside over here, also have a little bit darker color. So that looks good. So the background has been covered. And now this painting is finished. I'm going to soften a little bit the inside here and the face. I'm going to have this synthetic round shape brush. Now I'm going to soften it. That's good. And and come back over here, come back to the face, and add a little bit subtle changes, like for example on this side of the nose, and underneath over here on the lips, and under the in this area have some shadow connecting to the outside like this. That's good. And continue. Add a little bit changes on this side, so overall a little bit darker like that. And take a look at the top over here, can be a little bit darker. So here you go. A little bit more describing the shape, the form. Over here a little bit darker. They're showing a little bit deeper this area. Okay. And inside the eye, it can have a little bit blue color. And shrink that eye white a little bit smaller. And like that. And the brown color, we can make it a little bit deeper, a little bit brighter. That's good. Right here. And this color can come into the face a little bit, make a little bit more secrecy. That. And outside, I'm going to have a little brighter orange color, so I'm going to leave the color a little bit. Leave the palette, this space need a little bit brighter orange color. Get a little red and get a little bright red, brighter yellow and the red. Now you see a little bit more red. Now here you go. Now I'm gonna over here make it a little bit red. Here you go, a little brighter.